Hey there, we're back. It's time to talk about Form 3 in the G minor pentatonic scale. 2 blues licks in 5 minutes. Now Form 3 is one of my favorites. Why? I don't know. Maybe there's a couple of grooves you can get into when you're using the third form. We went over the first, the second. Form 3 covers, the 7th up to the 11th fret. Yeah. 7th up to the 11th fret. I think that's correct. And it looks like this. Starting, we'll go down from the high notes. We're starting on a D on the E string. And if I can get my fret numbers correct here, it's late in the evening, or wait, it's late in the afternoon, so. We're talking the 10th fret here. We're talking the 10th fret down to the 8th fret, okay? And to keep this in line with the fingering and the frets, we'll use the ring finger to the index. Then we're going to use the pinky on the 11th, B string, 11th fret, down to the 8th fret, B string. So we've got, and I'll put a chart in one of these corners or somewhere on the screen so y'all can see. So we've got bum, 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 bum. That's starting with a D. If we go down here, there it is in Form 1, okay? We're just going down the octave. And do, 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 do. If we continue onto the G string, we've got the, the 12, 11, 10th fret, okay? That F note down, and I'm doing a stretchy here, down to our D note, which is on the 7th, okay? Now in these forms, we overlap. This is part of the top end, if you call it that, of Form 2. So far. So far we've got gone from that D down to our D string, okay? Now this is the easy chunk that we talked about in the tips, tricks, and secret section? The episode. It was the last episode or the one before that. Now, I like tricks. I hear the word tricks and I think of Trix cereal. It's one of my favorite cereals. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's still in the cereal aisle at the grocery store, but I like Trix. Let me go get a cup of tea. So far we've got, and the bottom half of Form 3 is that, if we go back to the tips, tricks, and secrets video from last week or whenever that was, remember that 1 3 1 3 1 3 chunk? Well, it sits right up here because this is that C. And I think I even played that or talked about it in the last video. So if you put those together, there's that chunk of do 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 do, and those notes are on the 10th fret down to the 8th fret. So starting on the C, if we go back up the other way, we've got C to D, okay? That's an F to a G. 1 to 3 here again on the D string, which is a B flat to a C, okay? And now we've got to do the little slide back here, which is the really the only tricky section of form 3 is right here. Okay, and then, and those two are stretches of 4, okay? Now where do you see that? You see that, if I'm reverting back to form 1 again, you see that right here. Hey gosh, that's off of a D. Well, looky here, this is a D also. So you're doing the stretch of 1 to 4, sliding up, and then C to D again. That is the essence of form 3. Now what's fun with it? The things that are interesting about the different forms is that sometimes you can play different riffs, different licks, riffs, licks, riffs, licks, and they're easier to play and they sound better in certain forms. So something like this, in form 1 is easy to play, or kind of easy to play down there in form 1, but up here you've got it's harder to play, okay? So that lick I would play down here, or maybe it's easier in another form somewhere. But this form lends itself to this area right here, okay? Right there, these guys. And that's a nice little block, a nice little chunk, mini block of form 3. And maybe we'll talk in another tips, tricks, and secrets video about some of the tricks in form 3, but I think you can already see them. If you look at this as not the whole chunk, look at it as these two separate. These two separate chunks, and this guy, it's two separate chunks, and that gives you an idea of the form. Oh, did he say secrets? Are we going to be talking about the Hardy Boys? Oh, I love those books. Secrets. Oh. Let's try to play a couple of riffs in form 3, G pentatonic. Okay, let's try to play two individual licks. This is in form 3, G minor pentatonic scale over a blues progression on the little ditto, TC Electronics ditto. Kind of a Sweet Home Chicago, which is what we've been using to stick to that G major. It's a G major type blues progression, and of course we're playing G minor pentatonic stuff. Let's see what we come up with.
licky lick.